Here we are! Good evening, good and welcome to Madness and Mercy! Oh man, I think oh boy, we just got off to like a loopy start tonight. Does anybody ever feel is this, stop me if this is just me. Does anybody ever feel like you're just going about your life and everything feels the same, but everything going on around you is as if you just like spontaneously phased from one universe to another, just like a really close one?
Babe, that's
very like you did, Kay.
I think maybe I did. Sometimes that happens to me, I think. I know, like you have parallel universes and there are infinite variations, so some are like very close together. So like, I don't know, maybe on those days where you lose your keys, you think you left them somewhere else, or you think it's Tuesday, but it's actually Monday. I think maybe sometimes what happens is you just like, boop, you accidentally popped over to another universe. You're like you and your other selves were just playing musical universes.
Or maybe you just muted Tyler on accident.
or maybe you just muted Tyler accidentally while he was telling you about someone who looks just like you on a British TV show. Maybe. Yes, let's all right, the wall comes crumbling down. That was all just an excuse for my stupidity, all right? Is that what you wanted to hear? God damn it!
What do you want, truth in art?
Oh, brother.
I want
art. No. In reality, all that happened was I just had Tyler on mute while he was telling me about a person who looks like me on a TV show. And I think I was like responding to other parts of the conversation, and it sounded like I was responding to him. So the illusion continued for quite some time. It had us all very confused, especially me.
Even more amazing is the TV show.
I suppose, yeah. Go ahead, Tyler. What show? On which show did you find my doppelganger?
Everyone Google.
Love Island UK season 2.
And what is this human's name? Who is my doppelganger?
Daniel
from season. Okay, there you go. See, that explains some of the confusion. Because then someone said
Vote
Daniel
now.
before.
Do they look alike or not?
I was like, what's going on?
Sound off in the chat.
Oh yeah, they absolutely are twins. I'm convinced that Kay has a cousin that lives in the UK, and Kay just has family there that she doesn't know about. So, Kay, I just discovered a whole part of your family tree for you. You're welcome.
Hey, thanks. Who needs
Kay's?
Who needs 23 in me when you can just go stay on Love Island?
Kay, get your cousin to sign up for our Patreon.
I've been to Love Island, but mostly for the snorkeling.
Right, and ask your cousin if he has any hot friends,
or if he's gay.
I would start there. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Do we play some?
No, we can't go on.
Do we? No, I mean, I don't know if we can.
Segue? Is that the best we got tonight?
I think this officially just became like an investigative report, like the deep dive into RK and Daniel related.
Not me, folks. Love Island.
Other Daniel.
Heroes.
Okay, I'm jotting down an idea for a one-off podcast episode that's a fake investigative podcast about connecting these links of Kay's family tree.
Oh Lord! Oh Lord!
Canadian says this is a very cold open.
It's coldest open. All right.
Well, on that note, Ned, should we take some shots?
Oh my!
Yes, please go ahead.
But wait, there's more.
Hold on, I gotta get the pickle.
Ned and Tyler have a very special prepared event. Tyler, why don't you describe that shot glass to the gaggle?
So this is a true pickleback shot for those of you who have ever done a pickleback before.
I see the pickle. Where's the back?
The pickle's the whiskey that you throw back, and then you munch on the pickle.
The pickle was the whiskey we met along the way.
So a pickleback shot is actually you take a shot of whiskey and then you chase it with a shot of pickle juice.
It's the
best.
best.
I decided to make it easier.
Tyler's just like skipping a step.
Easier.
I guess the real pickleback was the pickle we hollowed out and filled with whiskey along the way.
I'm just picturing you taking this shot and placing it directly into your mouth and then beginning to chew. Like, I know that that's not what's about to happen, but I just feel like it is.
Just like a fruit gusher.
I kind of like it.
Wait, who has the more impressive pickle?
That's exactly it.
A fruit gusher.
Yeah, it's like a fruit gusher that's just pickle outside and whiskey inside.
Oh, that's awesome.
So a gusher.
Yeah,
All right,
isn't that what they're?
Dive in.
Aren't they called fruit gushers? I don't know. I haven't
Captain,
seen
my
those.
captain.
Yeah, I'm gonna cheers with y'all.
Here's-
Cheers.
same.
Here's looking at you, brother.
Cheers to you, lunatics.
Oh, Tyler just he just did the whole thing for the hero.
Wow.
Just went all in.
You're my hero.
Holy crap! Oh God, I get to watch on the playback because I missed it.
So
Woo!
I did.
Episode.
I should clue the gaggle in when because the two of them expressed a desire to do this tonight a few nights ago, and what I said then was I am so glad that I started the snickle thing instead of having to finish it.
Uh-huh.
Like you guys are
It's just gonna keep
escalating.
escalating every time.
Yeah, it's like
Just
the satanic
pickle-related
panic.
things.
You just have to keep coming up with stranger and stranger
love it.
stories.
Next
Love
session,
it.
I'm
This
just
was
gonna be
actually
I'm gonna be
enjoyable,
dressed as a
though.
pickle
Yeah.
the whole time, and no one is gonna make any mention of
I'm
it.
just not gonna say anything about it. Just gonna be a pickle the whole time.
Nothing.
That wasn't bad. I'd do that again.
Yeah. Okay.
So I made a secondary for later.
Okay,
Uh-huh.
One to start, one to
Po-
finish.
Good for
Post
you.
break. Yeah.
What I
Bring
do-
us in, Kay. Bring us in.
Okay, tonight's stream is brought to you by Modern Artifice, ladies and gentlemen. Modern Artifice. Check out their Etsy shop, etsy.com/shop/Modern Artifice, and use code Goon10 to get 10% off your super cool dice. These are the ones they sent us. They're hollow metal. These ones should be coming out on their Etsy shop soon, but until they do, they have other really cool stuff there available right now that you can get 10% off on. So I have a quick little announcement. I said this in the Discord, but there are probably people here who are not in our Discord, so I should spread the news far and wide, which is that on Friday, March 11th at, I believe, 9 p.m. Eastern, your girl Kay, is going to be guest playing on a stream with Ladies of D&D. We're going to be playing.
Shit.
We're going to be playing Bloodlines and Black Magic. It's going to be a 3-episode. So the Friday, the 11th of March, and then the 2 Fridays following that. So 3 Fridays total on twitch.tv/Ladies of DND. And there's also that's their website as well, Ladies of D&D, so you can check them out. Do check them out because they're really cool and we really like them. And we've sort of been chit-chatting about ways that our two great houses can merge.
What
So,
house
yeah,
are
go ahead.
we, Kay? If this is Dungeons and Dragons, what house are we?
Oh,
What
well,
happens
you know,
with the
actually, let me revise that metaphor, because in the past I have called us the Goonosphere, and I like that.
That's good.
Yeah, the Goonosphere, I think.
Mhm.
So they can perhaps be. Actually, I won't name them. I'll let them do it. But some sort of celestial body that we can orbit each other.
I
The
was gonna say
Goonosphere and
they're aliens from the planet Venus because men are from Mars and ladies are from Venus or
There you
something
go.
like
Okay,
that. They're
so they are-
ambassadors from Venus, something like that.
So they can be Venus, we can be the Goonosphere, and we can just orbit nicely around each
How
other.
come ladies are from Venus when Venus sounds like? No.
All right. Well, we only have an hour.
Great.
So,
Moving on.
all right, we only have an hour.
I also have another. Well, okay. So Syrinscape does the sound for this, and they're really cool. So check them out. They don't sponsor us, but I like them. Also, I have one more in my show notes here. I have one more plug that I should do, although it sounds a little unfamiliar. It's etsy.com/shop/critical fail DM. Wait a second, that's us. That's right. We also have an Etsy shop, and right now on that Etsy shop, aside from our T-shirts, which you all know of, you can get our stickers. We have
Huzzah.
stickers. This one is particularly Madness and Mercy themed. It's probably one of my favorites for no reason. And we do still have some sticker bundles. We have, I think, about 5 of those left. So if you want to go snag yourself a sticker bundle, get more for less, please do go check out our Etsy shop. Cool. All right. I think I've successfully stumbled my way through that.
You were good when you stumbled, Kay. You were
I
good.
don't know what you're talking about. That was brilliant.
Okay, so I should mention, as I like to do every week, we are playing Call of Cthulhu, which is an eldritch horror, adult content, spooky, spooky sort of story. So there are some potentially triggering things that are parts of the story. Because it's an improv show, I can't guarantee that any of them will come up or what they will be when they do. But as much as we love having you here, we all love and support you and want you to take care of yourself. So if you need to step away for a little bit and come back later, please do so. Take care of yourselves. And also feel no pressure to come back in time to catch the end of the stream, because this all goes up on it'll be a VOD on Twitch for the next 5 days. It'll go up on the audio will go up on our patron only RSS feed. I usually do that midnight of Thursday, so like Thursday at 11:59 p.m. the audio goes up, and then in 5 days this whole video will be up on YouTube, which reminds me I actually should probably be recording it. Whoops. Cool. Okay.
We are killing it.
We really are. It's mostly just me. I swear I just came from another universe. Maybe I was recording it already in that one. All right, cool. So friends, I have something else. Dan, in particular, I owe you an apology, because as I was going back and editing last week's episode, I realized at the very end that you were trying to remind me that Ned should have rolled his con check to get HP back with a bonus die. You said, like, should he get advantage? I thought you said damage. So, like, if you watch the video, you see me looking very confused, being like, damage? What? Well, I'll worry about that later. But you said advantage. And yes, strictly speaking, you should have gotten a bonus die on that, Ned. But since you rolled a 7, I think it wouldn't have made a difference anyway. But just, Dad, I want you to know that your input is valuable and that you were heard. So thank you for that.
Thank
for
you.
trying to
Can
remind
we
me.
still damage Ned?
And then reheard.
And can we still damage
then
Ned? Is that what
corrected.
you-
Can we still damage Ned? I mean, sure. That's up to you, I guess.
No, I love you, Boo Boo. I love you.
I'm
Ned.
already damaged enough.
I love you, Ned. Remember when these hands stitched you up, Boo? Remember that?
So
With
tenderly.
just so much love
gently.
and attention poured
But he
into that.
purposely rips his wound open.
Oh, God. Out of spite.
Jeez.
Ow.
Opening your bullet wound to spite your Dan. Yeah, it doesn't really work.
Oh, dope.
Good attempt. Good attempt.
Oh,
Do you guys have any?
All right,
do you guys have any?
focus.
Yeah. Do you guys have any phobias?
In real life, or our characters?
Real life, your characters do, and we've talked about them a little bit. But I'm kind of curious about the goons. Do you guys have any phobias? Anything that, or like things that approach phobias? Maybe that you're not like actually clinically phobic of that, but that like kind of get under your skin. I promise not to use them against you in gameplay. I promise.
Sure.
No, that means I'm lying if I cross my fingers.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Scout's honor? I'm not a scout. I don't know.
Yeah, sure.
I promise. I'm not going to. Here's my pinky.
Yeah, get that out of here.
I'm,
Give me your pinky.
I'm pretty close to claustrophobic.
Yeah.
Really, really tight, small spaces. Like, God forbid I ever need an MRI. I think I'll lose my shit.
How do you feel about hugs?
What?
Hugsley.
It's a real question.
I thought you said leave. Okay. I thought.
No, leave. Get out.
How do you feel about hugs? Leave.
Do you ever have any nightmares
hugs are
where someone
fine,
just
but
gives
it's
you like a really big enveloping hug?
Like when I first walk into like onto an airplane, like seeing that I'll be confined to this cabin does something.
You're a free soul.
Yeah, it's really interesting. Yeah. Bunk beds are weird if I'm on the bottom one.
Oh, sure, because you sort of feel like closed in from the top.
Yeah, so
That is interesting.
not to the point of like when I walk into a room with only one door, I'm like, ah! Like, I don't lose my shit, but
Sure. So it's
there's,
like
like,
not
that
a
little
clinical phobia, but like
hackles go up. Like I start, ooh,
I get that.
I have real trouble getting into bodies of water because when I was a kid, I fell through the ice of a river and I got dragged for about 40 yards underneath the ice until I came up at a bend in the river where the ice was not thin and not covering it anymore. So I have real trouble like going into pools, any body of water really. Like I really have to warm up to it.
Yeah. I knew that about you, Trevor. And God, that like every time you tell that story, that must have been so terrifying.
Yeah, it was the worst.
I found out about that story on our D&D road trip.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it blew my mind.
Road trip.
It scares me just to freaking think about it.
I was pretty close to dying, but you know what? It made me stronger, and now I'm not afraid of anything
That's right.
except the
the ocean.
judgment of my peers.
Can we just say that Arcane Gumption said that her phobia is not knowing the parking situation for where
I
she's
saw that. I
driving
was just
to?
about to call that
That's
out.
so good.
That's a real phobia.
Yeah, that's so
Like
good.
not knowing how you're gonna park, and that just like unlocked a whole bunch in my head. Like also leaving the house without everything like in a bag, having to like carry a bunch of stuff. Like there are so many things that are like in that same sort of family. Like not knowing how to park, like the unsureness of like
the inability
being
to
late.
prepare.
Yeah, that does freak me out. Likewise, there was a time, I don't do it so much these days, not since like 2 years ago, but I used to go into New York City a lot, and it's easy to do from where I live. It's just a train right away. But I would always prefer to take the train, even though it's more expensive than driving if you can get free parking. But like, no, that would always like skis me out. And I think one too many times I decided to drive and couldn't find parking and like was late to whatever I was going to, and I just like swore off it forever. So I took the train from then on. Anybody else? Any other little things that make you ever so slightly spooked?
I'm afraid of heights to an extent. Like I can deal with it, but so I went to Germany and me and my wife were hiking up the big church in Ulm, and we got pretty high and the windows got kind of like big, and then all of a sudden I just like, so I have like a weird thing with heights. Like I can deal with it, but then like I like make things up in my head where I'm like, when's the last time this part of this castle's been inspected? This whole spire I'm walking up is just gonna break off and I'm gonna tumble down to the ground with it. Like it got to the point where I looked at my wife and I was like, I don't want to go up any higher. I'm waiting for this thing to fall down. Like we're turning around. I'm going down. And it's like this real tight stairway. So I was like, we're like walking down and people were like, you're supposed to be going up. And I was like, nope, I'm going down.
You guys don't go up there.
Yeah.
Go up there.
Stop now.
About to fall.
This castle has been here for 1,000 years. It's bound to fall down eventually. Could
You
be
guys
now.
know about this castle?
Yeah,
That kind of that sort of reminds me when I was in Europe for my honeymoon not too long ago. My wife said something to the effect of she made some joke about like a castle not being ADA certified, and I was like, the American Disabilities Act. Do you think this castle in Europe is not American Disabilities Act certified? I gave her a hard time about that.
Tyler,
I feel like you were
how
about. Sorry, go ahead.
I know how you can fix that fear of heights.
I'm not going skydiving.
I was just about to say that.
Say.
I was about to say, go skydiving, man.
I would jump out of a plane.
I feel like I could almost do it, but I would be so terrified that the parachute wasn't going to work. If I knew 100% the parachute was going to work, I could do it.
Yeah.
But that would be my greatest fear. Or like the
best part
would
is
pass out behind me and I wouldn't be able to reach the strap. Like, you know what I mean?
I don't like that. And then you just willingly leapt out of a plane and then like you did that. I think about that. Like I would like to do something like that, but like if it fails, like I did this to myself.
Yeah.
Right.
Now.
My dad used to say, he used to go, I don't understand why in God's name you would jump out of a perfectly good airplane.
In true story, when I was studying abroad in New Zealand, I tried to go skydiving on 3 different occasions, and each time something went wrong, so I couldn't actually go. So I think maybe that's a sign I shouldn't go skydiving.
Yes, don't
I
go.
would say so.
Yeah, that's
there were like plane malfunctions in one, the weather didn't allow in another. It was just always like some little thing. But anyway,
that's some Final Destination shit right there.
Trevor,
That's like
you're too important to the world. Do not go skydiving.
It's true.
I did do a canyon swing though, which is maybe even more scary.
That's
neither here nor there.
That's pretty scary.
Yeah, no, I have heard that bungee jumping is a little scarier, just because like, or I forget the exact reasoning, but
a canyon swing is like 3 times the height of a bungee jump, and instead of like springing back up, you swing through a canyon swing. But anyway,
yeah, yikes. Anybody else? Anything else you want? Any other little Pandora's boxes we want to open up, or?
Yeah, I have a fear of abandonment. No.
Sure.
Sure. Absolutely.
That's legit though.
Well, sure, we all do, Dan.
Okay. No, I would say this is one I actually recently just became conscious of, and I would say, and when I say it, I don't think it's going to surprise anyone, but I think I have a legitimate phobia of like not doing everything I could have in a situation. To the point where it's like if I don't like if there's like one last thing I could have done before like I take my hands off of it, it's like a burning in my chest and I'm like so I would say I'm sure there's a name for it, but it would be not doing everything I could have done. in a situation.
Fair enough.
It's a
Get
nice
that.
dose of anxiety. I'm fucking
Why?
terrified of the dark. I love horror movies. I am so scared of the dark. I can't handle it.
Oh,
There's
man.
night lights all over this house. If I wake up, I have to pee 5 times in the middle of the night every single night, and every time I wake up, and I have to do 15 minutes of bargaining with myself.
Yeah.
And then I do a run and jump.
Oh yeah, there you go. Okay.
Gotta jump over the dark.
Gosh,
I gotta jump over whatever's on the bed, which is on the floor. We don't have a bed frame.
Right. So it's
There's nothing.
just a
on it.
very like a 2-dimensional little monster is just gonna like
Just a paper
slide out.
guy.
Yeah.
Yep.
I did for there were a couple of years in high school where like I felt a little bit more scared of the dark than I have all my life, just because I was this was before I liked anything horror. This is like my love of horror is kind of a new thing actually, and even then I still can't do like horror video games just because like they're too immersive. I can't put myself in the scary situation. I can watch somebody else and like laugh at them as they're being murdered or possessed. But like cute. I can't be in control of the person doing that. I just feel bad.
Is that why you need to be the keeper?
Yeah.
What? No.
Wow.
What? No.
Shut up.
Tyler went for the throat.
Everybody, the stream is over. Everybody's dead. Forget it.
Tyler, you
No
went
one
straight for
understands
the
me.
jugular, man.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Oh my goodness.
This is therapy hour here.
But no, so we were playing this game like a sleepover at my friend's house. I think it was called Echo Night on the PlayStation, where like you're on this abandoned cruise ship, I think, and there's like this ghost, this like little girl ghost who like only comes up when the lights are off. So you have to like go into a room and like find the light switch and turn it on. And she's like, PS1 graphics. This like little brick of a human is like, but I was terrified, and was for years. So I feel that, Campbell. I definitely, I too have done the run and jump where I'm just like, let me like the last 5 feet between this room where the lights are off that I'm in and that room where the lights are on. Let me just, yeah, exactly. So I get that.
Nipping at your ankles.
Oh, thank you. Oh boy. All right. Well, now that I don't know about you all, but I'm feeling especially vulnerable right now. So I think this is an excellent time to maybe get into some spookiness.
I would agree.
So I would like everybody to take a deep breath. Remind yourselves first that you are safe and loved, and then take a deep
Move
breath
your mic away
directly
from
into
your face,
microphone.
Whose mic is that?
Take a deep
Listen to me.
inhale and
Take a
exhale
deep inhale.
out to your microphone.
Is it just me or is it drafty in this Twitch?
Yeah, ooh, it's got a little chilly.
Sorry about that. I left the door open. AKA my mouth.
All right, let's try taking another deep breath. And first reminding ourselves that we are all surrounded by people who love us and that we are safe and loved. And once you feel secure in that knowledge, I want you to just take it outside of yourself and put it into a nice, neat little box and put that aside, just out of reach, so that you know where it is if you need it, but far away enough that you can ignore it if you don't need it. And take a moment to put yourselves into the mindset of these investigators, just preparing to wake up from what I'm sure must have been a very fitful night of sleep. I want to open, like I did a few nights ago, or a few sessions ago, with sort of let's call it a little cinematic intro. We have I want you to picture just a wide view of the town of Mayfield. We move along quiet streets, and just imagine what it must be like for someone who's just driving through this town. From that perspective, from the outsider's perspective, it would probably appear to just be totally normal, just another Midwestern sleepy town, just waking up. And then from there, we make our way into a modest, mostly bare apartment. That apartment being, of course, the temporary lodging of Buddy Wilson. We make our way over to him, and we come real close to his face, right up to his eyes. And then just a sting as they bolt open, and the screen goes black. And text rises up. Day 3.
Yes.
Investigators, you are waking up in the apartment of Buddy Wilson, having successfully defeated Jensen's gang, moved the bodies of the people you had to kill to do it into the building and burning it to the ground, which then allowed you the space and the freedom you needed to rescue the poor people who were being imprisoned in the barn with some sort of affliction that you still haven't quite been able to put your finger on, although you're getting closer. So, a question for you all as we open up tonight. What did you all get on your sanity checks last week?
I don't remember exactly, but I know I passed.
Okay. So yeah, if you remember the binary of like pass fail, that's fine. So we got a pass for Dicky.
We want to roll high or low for
for a sanity check, you want to roll below your sanity score.
Well, I failed. And I am also at my home. I went home to sleep with
That's right. Yes. I
kids.
neglected to mention. Yes. Benny did go to sleep in his own house to make sure that his
I hope
family
I
was
went
all right.
insane before I got home.
On
the drive.
Well, this is so the sanity roll was in response to the nightmare that you all had. So I'm afraid not.
So I'm
Sorry to
going
say.
at home.
But we got a pass for Dicky. We got a fail for Benny. Who else do we have here?
I failed.
A fail for Sweetie. Buddy?
23 under 70.
So a success for Buddy. Okay. And Dan, we need you to you to re-roll yours. So why don't you go ahead and do that now? Because we don't quite remember.
I forgot.
from
We
last
can just let the cat out of the bag. I
Okay.
knew the number and I forgot.
It's all right. I don't want to give you a hard time. It's fine.
What happened,
Well,
Daniel?
that doesn't look good, Dan.
I got a
How'd it go?
94.
Wow.
Wow.
I
Is
saw
that
some
4
spooky
failures?
shit.
Oof.
Well,
All
listen,
right.
we've been through a lot. It makes sense that
It's
a number
true.
of us.
It
Yeah, y'all
makes sense that you would
traumatized Hugsley
have
burning those bodies.
some kind of spooky dreams. All right. I need everybody who failed to roll a d6.
Roll low.
Oh my God.
No.
I rolled a 5.
All right.
Take a
What else did
picture of it.
What else did we get? A 2 for Hugsley, a 1 for Benny.
No. Oh
And,
my God.
So wait, Dicky, you passed, right?
Yeah, I did.
Buddy, did you pass or fail?
I passed.
You passed. Okay. So, Benny and Hugsley, just subtract what you rolled from your current sanity score. Sweetie, I need you to roll an intelligence check.
Girl, I hope you smart.
Oh, no.
No, you want her to be dumb. In
Not this time, you don't.
Yeah, I hope you're not smart.
Okay. Okay. I rolled a 77 over 75.
That's great for you, sweetie. And I'm
Is that
so
good?
I'm so happy for you.
Oh, thank God.
Oh,
No!
I'm so
I
so
want
happy
this!
for you.
Kay wants to wreck you.
They really do.
Okay.
I want it too, Campbell, but we didn't earn it. The dice don't want to tell that story.
They said no.
Not yet, but there will be more opportunities. However, you do still need to subtract 5 from your sanity score, so we get that going for us.
Okay.
Damn.
I'm gonna get one of you guys. It's gonna be so great.
Oh man.
Yeah,
Just
I can't
you wait. Oh boy. All right. Yes. So, so sweetie, as you are waking up, you perhaps have a bit of a harder time than everybody else coming to terms with the events of the previous day and what little you remember, if anything, from your visions in the night. But what are we all doing as we awaken?
So it's everybody except Benny is at Buddy's apartment.
Correct.
Yeah.
And I imagine I would have tried to get there like as soon as I woke up. I pretty much would have had my conversation with Barb and and then.
Well, I think I think that could definitely be true. But let's see what's going on at Buddy's apartment first, and then we'll get a little bit of a closer look at what happened as you woke up, Benny.
Well, I think Dicky wakes up and has like an actual hangover from the amount of adrenaline and PTSD that he experienced last night. How big is your apartment, Buddy? Are there multiple, like, because he has to take his face off to sleep, so I don't like he would have hidden himself.
Oh my god!
It's
what in the Nicolas Cage?
It's a humble 2-bedroom.
Okay, so I think so what would have happened is that Dicky would have waited up until he was sure that everyone in the house was asleep. Then he would have taken the face off and gone to bed, and he would have made sure he got up before anybody else so that he could put the face back on so that nobody sees him without the face.
So my only...
Sorry, go. What were you gonna say, Ned?
I was gonna say to jump on that opening that you gave, Kay.
Mm-hmm.
When Dicky wakes up, he hears water in the bathroom, and he hears what sounds like the washing of hands, and like somebody's in there.
Sure.
Spoiler: it's me. I'm in the bathroom. But
the whole time,
it was you all along.
All right, then. So I'll get up and like be groggy for a second, and kind of Dicky kind of sits up and lets out a big groan, kind of like trying to stretch the sore. Like I imagine his whole body's gonna be sore after what everybody went through yesterday. And he kind of like leans his head down and goes to like catch his head in his hand absent-mindedly, and then he as soon as he makes contact, he realizes that he's not wearing the face, and he's around everybody, and so with a flurry of movement, he kind of like really rushedly puts the face back on, kind of in a moment of panic, and then looks around and sees that the rest of the folks are still asleep, and then hears the noise coming from the bathroom.
May I
and
ask
so
a question?
Yeah, what's that?
How does it fasten on?
So his glasses hold it in place.
Oh,
yeah. So the glasses are connected to the mask, and they have the like ear loops, on the back. So he puts the glasses on, and it holds the mask in place.
High tech there for the past,
Yeah. There's like a little bit of adhesive that goes around the side as well, but mostly it's held in place with the glasses. So I get up and kind of like stretch out a little bit. I think he slept holding his rifle, and so as he gets up, he still like slings it over his shoulder and maybe shuffles down the hall and just kind of knocks on the bathroom door.
Yeah.
You all right in there, buddy?
I feel like the camera pans and shows Buddy, and he's like in his briefs, and he's standing there, beer gut hanging out, and he's looking in the mirror.
White underwear.
He's looking in the mirror, and he's looking at his eyes. Yeah, Dicky.
Yeah.
Sorry,
I didn't mean to bother you during your morning business. Would you mind if I maybe whipped up some coffee? I feel like that would be good to boost everybody's spirits in the morning.
Yeah, grounds are in the second drawer above the stove.
All right. You doing okay? It was real early.
Yeah, Dicky, I'm fine. I just couldn't sleep. You know how it is.
All right. Listen, buddy, I'm never going to push you, but, we're in this thing together now, and what everybody did last night, there's certain things that if you do together, you just kind of become blood after that. And so if you,
and then the door opens and I'm standing there and I look him dead in the face and I go, "You're absolutely right. Come on, let's go make some coffee."
sure. And we go to the kitchen.
Yeah.
And as the footsteps of you guys pass by, like, I think we said that I was in one of the bedrooms alone.
Yeah, I think we
Is that
said.
where-
I think we said you had your own.
That makes
room.
sense.
Yeah.
You hear like, and I like am scrambling around and I don't know where I am. I've like woken up and don't remember where I am, and I like rush out and fiddling with the bedroom handle, and I start rushing towards your bathroom. Pass you guys on your way.
Whoa.
Oh, hey,
Where's the
sweetie,
fire?
sweetie, you all right?
Sweetie.
I'm going in, slam the door, and looking in the bathroom mirror for the eye.
Yeah, and same for you, buddy. But you look at the mirror and you are like, sort of pawing at your face and looking closely, and your eye looks totally normal.
Dicky,
I'm gonna fix my hair.
Dicky, did you sleep well last night?
Well as ever, I guess. You learn to sleep in a foxhole with artillery raining down around you. You can pretty much sleep through anything.
Yeah, you got a point. What I mean to ask is, you didn't happen to have any nightmares about your eyes or anything?
Buddy, I have nightmares every night.
Yeah, that was a stupid question. I'm sorry.
You see what I meant? It's okay, brother.
Well,
It's okay.
What I meant. Listen, what I meant.
I meant
was,
about your eye.
you
Just
know,
the one.
Why did you?
you saw those people in the barn, right? Their
Yeah.
eye was all messed up.
I did see those people in the barn. Yeah. And
I had a dream that I had that eye.
the eye with all the people.
Yeah, that big puffy one. Yeah, I had a dream. I had it, but I wake up this morning. It's not there. I swear, Dicky, it felt like it was real.
Well, look. Listen, the human brain is the most powerful thing in the whole fucking universe. You can convince yourself of all sorts of things, and we've been through a lot. And please don't take this the wrong way, buddy. I mean, you seem like someone who's weathered a lot already. But at a certain point, you pass your threshold that a man can only stomach so much, and we're way past that line. I mean, here there be monsters. Don't be hard on yourself, buddy. I mean, we're doing a lot here, but it's good work we're doing.
Yeah,
we're gonna see this thing through. All right?
Yeah, you're right. You're right, Dicky. It's probably all that adrenaline last night. That's probably what it was. Probably had me all amped up, feeling like Yeah.
Maybe not. Maybe it is, maybe it is whatever those psychopaths are putting in people. But what I'm here to tell you, buddy, and I'll say the same to everybody else in our little crew now, is that it doesn't matter. I mean, you could have a fucking fish's head. We'll figure a way to set it right. We're gonna figure this shit out.
Yeah, well. Boy, I sure hope so, Dicky, because
Oh, I know it.
this is crazy. I mean, you saw how fucking nuts those guys were. I mean, mob or not, mob ties or not, they were out for blood. It wasn't
Like I
just a
said.
defense thing. It was like hunger.
Like I said, buddy, The human mind is the most powerful thing in the entire universe.
Fucking A right.
But come on, enough for the enough of rain and all. Let's try to brighten things up a little bit here, right? We got a long day ahead of us.
Yeah, you're right.
Fresh cup of Joseph. All right, maybe some bacon and eggs. We're gonna feel right as rain. Come on, huh? And I give him a pat on the back.
Yeah. And Buddy goes to grab a cup and he almost drops it. Like he grabs it out of the cabinet and it slips and he catches it. He's like, oh yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And then he pours himself a cup of he pours Dicky a cup first, hands it to him, and then he grabs another one down, pours himself one, and cream, sugar.
Nah, I'm good.
Nah, bourbon.
Now you're speaking my language.
Damn.
All right, look,
The
I'm
consummate
kidding. I'm
host.
serious. You want some bourbon in your coffee?
I'm serious too, man. What day we got ahead of us? Let's start it off with a little gas in the tank. Am I right?
Buddy reaches behind all the coffee cups, like up in his cabinet, and he pulls out a bottle of God, I don't know what it
Four
would be.
Roses.
Four Roses. That's pretty old.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's the first one that came to mind.
Pulls out like an old bottle of Four Roses, and it's like half full. And he pulls his off, and he pours in yours, and he goes, "Say when."
The cup overflows.
Man. You know,
It's like all over the floor.
Yeah.
Then he produces a pickle.
Trust me, I don't know if you've ever tried it, but it's a fucking
He's
miracle.
like, you ever try this?
Thank you to Canadian Mudkips for fact checking me on Four Roses is in fact from 1910. So
Ooh.
Nailed it.
Thank you, Canadian Mudkips.
Nailed it.
Canadian Mudkips, just for fun, take a look and see when Maker's Mark was around.
I don't know why I just like Four Roses just feels like old person bourbon. I was like, yeah, okay.
Yes.
It's perfect. It's the perfect call.
Bad design, bad bottle design. I
Yeah,
hate that label.
awful. So he gives you a generous shot, Dicky, and then he takes that generous and times it by 2 for his own, and then kind of puts the bottle and he goes, "Here's looking at you, kid."
Clink.
Clink, and he takes a sip.
Somewhere the writer of Casablanca gets a brilliant idea.
Write this down. Write
Let me
this
write
down.
that down. Yeah.
You know, Dicky,
I love that.
that sounded
one.
really poetic, didn't it?
Yeah. Be good in the movie.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I love it.
I'm gonna poke my head
yes, go
in.
ahead.
I'm assuming we kept all the people we took out of the bond and put them in the second bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
I figured.
We put them somewhere
Unless
else,
y'all
didn't
say otherwise.
No, we kept him
we
here with
bring them
us.
to buddies. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That everybody was sleeping in like the living area and I was in one bedroom and then all the people were in the other bedroom. If that's right, I want to poke my head in there.
Sure. Yeah. You could do so. And that makes sense. I know that you did say you wanted to keep everybody kind of separate from you, maybe lock them into a room. Particularly Stanley. I think you said you wanted to like tie him up or something just because you know him so far to be the most violent of the bunch.
Stanley is, sweetie, when you go into that room, you see there's one bed and a metal bed frame, and you see Stanley is handcuffed to the bed frame.
Jesus.
Yeah.
How does everybody else look? Does anybody look agitated? Is everybody kind of out of it?
Everybody, including Stanley, is just out of it, sitting or lying where they are. They all still like that one eye of theirs, whichever it is. I think Annabelle's was the only one that was her left eye. Everyone else was right. Everyone's eye still looks the same, but their other eye, whichever one that is, also looks a little like perhaps maybe from like lack of sleep. You get the impression that nobody slept, that they were just like sitting in this room, staring off into space the entire time.
Fuck.
Buddy looks down the hallway.
Yeah, I don't want to mess with it. Oh, wow. It's really hard. Close the door.
Hey, I think Sweetie's up.
I'll go find them in the kitchen and try and become like Sunshiny on the like 12 feet over.
Oh. Campbell, con save.
For what?
Oh shit. No. Okay, no. Nope,
You nauseous girl.
Yeah, all right. Okay, I'm gonna run back to the bathroom. I'm gonna run back to the bathroom.
And
We can say it happened
Buddy
before.
immediately is like, "What, Sweet? Is that Sweetie? Sweetie, are you?"
Slam.
Oh no.
Yes, sweetie.
Girl, no.
Yes, sweetie.
Buddy doesn't. Dicky doesn't know, but
Yeah.
Trevor knows.
Yeah.
Well,
Ned knows too. Yeah.
Dicky, Buddy, and Hugsley, if you're up, it's up to you. You can, if you'd like, roll a listen check.
Yeah, Buddy's gonna listen. Buddy's gonna roll a listen. I think he's gonna walk.
Listen to
over.
her when
Roll
she's
a
in the
pregnancy
bathroom, you
check.
fucking perv.
I mean, it's a little. So, okay, well, you can choose not to listen. So, Dicky perhaps is like, what she does in there is her own business. I don't want any part of it. Buddy, on the other hand, might like see her walk out. Run
Buddy, on the
back in,
other hand,
slam
is
the
a
door.
fucking creep.
I was gonna give you more credit than that, Buddy. Chill. And that you perhaps, you think that's kind of strange behavior that she like came out of the bathroom and then ran back in.
Yeah.
So yeah, you might just out of concern, you might.
Yeah, I go halfway
Keeping her
down
out.
the hallway, and I just go.
I'm sorry, Ned. I was teasing.
No, I know. Buddy, I know.
We all
Listen,
are. It's
I'm
fine.
a Pinkerton fucking agent. I get my facts. Okay.
Yeah, he's a piece of shit. All right, let's get one thing clear.
Let's not beat around the bush. I'm a fucking asshole.
Lawful shitty.
Yeah, lawful douchebag.
I finished
Yeah,
my
so
first beer, so I'm getting chaotic spicy.
Let's
Yeah.
go.
So I go hold on, slow down, wait up.
Oh my god.
But he gets halfway down the hallway and he stops and he just goes, "Hey, sweetie, you need some water? You all right in there?" And
How'd
he's
you do on that
trying
listen
his-
check, buddy?
He's trying his best to like kind of be concerning, like to somebody younger, and like hopefully help them out if he can.
Yeah. She's only a few years older than Leah.
Yeah. They might even be the same age. That's a fail on the listen check.
Okay.
All right.
So Ned was a proper gentleman.
Something
Or I'm
held you back.
very dainty.
She's all right. She's all right, buddy. I mean, look,
Yeah.
we've all been through a lot. Everyone's got to work through it in their own way.
Yeah, you're right. And then I feel like the camera is like looking from the bathroom, like the bathroom door, and you just see Buddy turn around and walk back to the kitchen in his boxers. Just
Still does.
God damn it.
boxers, no.
Maybe I don't know. You got a robe or something there?
He's standing in the doorway to his kitchen, and he's got his hand on his hip, and he's got his coffee, and he's like,
Look,
"Oh, what
far
do I
be it from me to tell you how to behave in your own house.
"All right. What's the matter?" And he looks down and he goes,
He pops on a robe. It's this long.
"Yeah." It stops right above the junk. Yeah.
I didn't see where it started, but I saw where it
I
ended.
saw where it ended. It's dangling participle.
Oh, nice.
What?
More office credits, Dan. Don't worry about it.
Past, Campbell.
So
Past participles.
So he's standing there and he goes,
Fill an iPod, it'd be a shuffle.
Oh my god.
Okay,
We have-
that's it.
we have
I think I've hit my core for office
That's it.
credits for the night. Yeah.
We made it.
We
We
got
made
Nice
it.
work.
Right.
Nice work, everybody. Thanks,
Uh-huh,
Campbell. That was
job.
good.
Good question. Good question.
Buddy
Good
looks down
question,
and then he looks at Dicky and he just goes, "Yeah, I should probably put a shirt on."
Shirt.
He walks into his bedroom and he comes back out with a white beater on and just stands there and he goes, "Yeah, that's better." He takes a sip from his pocket.
Holy
Perfect.
shit.
Perfect,
So
buddy.
life
Oh
beater,
shit.
Let's
Oh
make
my
some
God, I
eggs
love
for
it.
everybody, huh?
Oh
Go.
my
Yeah,
I love it.
whitish,
I love it.
Good.
whitish,
Oh my god, I'm
whitish.
sweating. I'm sweating.
Oh my god.
All right, I want to know what's Hugsley doing. I want to hear from Hugsley.
Yeah. So
What does your morning look like?
Hugsley got a little less sleep because he waited for everyone to fall asleep, and then he rummaged through Buddy's kitchen to find some cleaning supplies, and he like cleaned up like his little tiny little corner of the apartment, and so he probably got like maybe like an hour or two less sleep, and he wakes up after seeing this eye thing, and he grabs his bag and he runs to the bathroom and looks at his eye, and he tries to see how well he can remember what this eye looks like. And so I would like to roll a spot hidden on what I saw in my dream.
Are you trying to get into the bathroom right now?
This could have happened before your whole situation.
We could say that, sure. So let's see. So try to roll. Hold on a moment. Go gadget arm. Hold on.
You can do it.
Okay. So, oh geez, I just like made my camera reset. Okay. So you're trying to see if you can remember what the eye looked like in your
details.
dream.
Yeah, I want any details. And I have my bag and I want to do some sketching.
So I feel like that's probably not a spot hidden. But I don't know, like what would it?
No, I'm kidding.
You know what? Actually, I'm remembering. Remember checks are usually against your intelligence. A climb. Get out of here. So yeah, go. You can roll against your intelligence for that one.
Okay. Not education.
No, intelligence.
Oop, that's out of the box.
Thank you, Fleury Cosplay. Pro tip: when facing Eldritch Horrors, it is important to get enough sleep.
38 under 55.
Excellent advice.
Nice.
Make
Okay.
sure you get a good night's sleep.
All right. Yeah. So as far as details about how this dream, how this eye looked in your dream.
What colors?
So colors. Okay. So yeah, you just remember that it was the pupil was dilated. The whites of your eyes were very bloodshot, like to the point where like, you know, when maybe like, I don't know, sometimes this happens like when you get allergies or something, like your eyes are not only bloodshot, but like the whole inside of it is just like solid red.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, or if you've been smoking a lot of marijuana, yes, you know, and yeah, so like around like just like the corners, like the inside corner and the outside corner, like that's just this solid redness is just like creeping in towards the pupil with like, or towards the iris rather, with like little veins of bloodshotness, sort of like tendrils reaching towards it, almost like ivy trying to claw its way over your eye. So then you know, that's from the outside. We'll start from the outside and work our way in. Then you see the irises look just very, very thin because your pupil in your dream was so incredibly dilated. Do you ever? Well, you have good vision, so you probably haven't had to do like an eye exam where they dilate your pupil.
Me?
But I wear contacts. Yeah, like I'm asking you, Dan. Have you ever? You have terrible vision. I didn't know that. I thought you didn't actually wear. So have you ever like gone to an eye doctor and they like put drops in one eye to dilate the pupil, and you walk out and you're like, oh god, like why is one eye like, and it looks just like weird. It was like that in your dream.
Okay.
The affected eye was dilated.
And so I'm also going to journal. And what I'm going to journal is I'm going to try to remember what my body felt like and what my mind was doing while I was under the spell of the eye. Like I'm trying to get as much information about what this thing is like and does to people as possible.
Yeah. So in your dream, it's hard to say just from your dream, because you know, and like the more.
May I ask questions, Kay?
Yeah, of course you can. But I kind of want to make you roll on this. Like I kind of want to say like, what would this even be? I kind of want to. Well, no, actually, we can carry over your no roll from before, because I was sort of tempted to like make you roll on remembering the dream before it slips away. You know, like the more you think about it, the more it's difficult to, like the harder it is to grasp with dreams, as is the way of dreams. So the question is, do you remember how you felt with the eye?
Yeah,
and the answer is,
yeah.
Did you feel any different? And the answer is like, not really. Because in the dream, it's like, so just sort of to go back, the way you remember feeling in the dream was, for the most part, confused, anxious, perplexed, because you'll remember in the dream, you felt like you woke up and stood up and went to make your way to the bathroom and noticed that like you tried to see what time it was and the numbers the numbers on the clock were all nebulous, or watch or whatever, were all like changing and hard to read. But you were able to get a time, if you remember, just not one that made very much sense.
Yep.
And continued walking through the apartment. And I think you probably, I think you were, in your dream, you were in Buddy's apartment. So it looked, but this is a place that you're also not very familiar with. So things looked unfamiliar, but how unfamiliar were they? Like, something looked like maybe it was out of place. Maybe there was a fireplace. Was there a fireplace when you were awake? I don't remember. Maybe there was like some furniture, maybe something that definitely should not have been there. Maybe like, I don't know, something from your house was there. So I think as you're walking through the house in this dream, you're sort of trying to parse out what's right and what's wrong. So that's mostly what you remember, is just that, like, and do you ever have those dreams where they just make you feel anxious, like fever dreams? Like, sometimes I have dreams and I swear there's no content to them other than the feeling of anxiety. Like when I'm sick and I dream, it's just a dream of anxiety. Like, that's it. So it sort of felt like that, but it was accompanied with seeing yourself walking through this apartment, trying to parse out what's real, what's not, being vaguely aware of the fact that you're dreaming, and then going into the bathroom, things starting to seem normal as you like try to wash your face a little bit, and then there's the eye. Boom, you're awake, And since you rolled well, you remember all that pretty well, but like that is the content of the dream.
Okay, great. Okay, and then
that was probably a lot more than you were asking for. I just kind of I just kind of started talking there.
Listen, man, when it rolls, it rolls.
The great thing about this, Kay, is that I love it when you talk.
Oh, stop it, you. Are you trying to not die in this adventure because it's working?
Me? Trying to survive?
Now Kith.
Flattery will get you everywhere, Hugsley.
So then Hugsley's gonna write all this down and document it all and the list of things he's keeping track of that he's discovering about this weird occurrence. And then he's gonna leave the bathroom. He hears some commotion. He hears two voices talking. He sees a blur, pale body in boxers skirt by. And then while all that other stuff happens with Dicky and Buddy and Sweetie, Hugsley's going to discreetly start cleaning up. Like, he's trying not to be seen while he does it, but like the house being in such disarray is stressing him out. So like every time like he can, he's like scrubbing something down, cleaning something, cleaning it up.
Yeah, totally. This is such a random question that may not have any bearing on anything.
Talk to me.
But what were you all sleeping in? Like, were you just sleeping in the clothes you wore?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was.
For the most part?
Oh, Buddy was in his boxes. Obviously.
Well, yeah, we know what Buddy was sleeping in.
We know.
I'm just making sure.
We also know very well what he wasn't sleeping in.
Damn right.
Which was most of the things.
I
think
might have
Benny
gotten a
was
sweater.
rocking the same look.
Oh shit! I'm sorry. I talked over you, Tyler. Go ahead.
No, it's okay. Yeah.
Benny's rocking the same look as Buddy, just at his place. And I'd say he probably looks, if you don't look at his face, he looks a little better.
Still ugly though.
Yeah, still super ugly. But
physically
in
better shape.
Hey, have we reminded you lately that Benny's really ugly?
Pretty ugly guy.
In case you forgot.
Broken nose, pretty ugly.
Yeah.
It's really hard to remember because Tyler. It's really hard to remember because Tyler's so handsome.
Yep.
The more he says it, the less we believe it.
Exactly.
No, Benny is the hottest one here. If
Hot.
Sweetie was cold and looking for a sweater, I would have given her my trench coat to use as a blanket.
Oh yeah, you would have.
What if Hugsley was shivering? No.
You can have it too, Hugsley. What, Professor? Whatever you want.
Professor.
We're just trying to keep people comfortable.
I'm just now imagining like a little scene where like I know Campbell, Sweetie was in a different room, so like, but just imagining like what if they were all in the same room and like Sweetie's sort of shivering and Dicky puts this coat on her and then Hugsley with one eye open just goes, Oh, I'm so chilly.
Well, I would have spooned Hugsley.
Toot toot.
Oh,
All right, so the four of you come together. Okay, so yeah.
I
So
got one more thing.
go ahead.
No, after I'm in the bathroom, after I'm done in the bathroom, I know we didn't get it this time, Kay. I know I'm not really crazy, but a lot has happened. So I'm gonna look around in this bathroom and see if there's a towel under the sink, and I'm gonna pretend like I'm at a fucking spa, and I'm gonna turn on the shower, and like super hot, and I'm gonna take a shower, and like after a couple minutes, like a minute of throwing up, I am just like, I'm gonna take a shower. It's gonna be like 10 minutes long or until the hot water runs out. And then like for the first 2 days of this adventure, all the time we've spent together, I've had like a full face of makeup on, like lipstick, and like my hair's been done. I'm gonna take a shower and like fuck it. And just like put back on the dress I like slept in, and now my hair is just like straight and wet, no makeup, and I'm gonna stroll into the kitchen where everybody is singing a song.
I swear to God, if any of you say that Sweetie looks tired, I'm gonna come over there and punch you. But yeah, so just resetting yourself to neutral.
Uh-huh.
I love it.
Yeah,
All right, cool. And then I think the last thing I want to get from this little vignette is how Hugsley then joins the group for breakfast and coffee and all that stuff.
Yeah, so he's going while they're making food, Hugsley's gonna he's gonna be in the kitchen, and he's gonna be like making conversation, but he's also gonna be like keeping an eye to make sure like stuff is clean, and what's about to be put on his plate has been like handled properly. And I would say he finds it sufficient, and is able to relax and sits down at the table and gives Buddy a thank you. Wait, I can just do it. So I sit down at the table and I go, slept pretty well, buddy. Thank you for the quotas and thank you for the food.
Oh, yeah, don't mention it, bud.
Oh, should we say Grace?
Absolutely.
Grace, how's she doing?
Buddy looks up and just goes.
Dan's hiding, as he should.
You broke Dan.
Listen, it's a good joke.
Great, even.
Grace, how's she doing?
Listen, I know look, we're not perfect strangers anymore, but I don't know, we're not quite family yet either, but I would appreciate it if we could join hands.
Yeah, let's join hands. It's been so long since anybody made me a meal, so I think this is pretty special. And I'm gonna take everybody's hands, and I'm gonna say,
Hugsley tries to keep it. Hugsley like keeps it together, and he does it, but he's like real tense about like touching people's hands. So he does it, and he's just like.
If you're weird about it, I don't have to hold your hand. It's fine.
Also,
It's
she
fine.
just got out of the shower. She's probably pretty clean.
No,
I'm so fresh and so clean.
I think he's good about like masking it, but he is a little tense. Like,
Sure.
Alright.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah.
I think Buddy
love
feels
that
like
he's
he's
a
going to burst
germaphobe.
into flames at any moment.
It's all Kinston, North Carolina, Grace. Just like Kinston, North Carolina, happy birthday. It goes really fast. So bless us, O Lord, that these thy gifts which you are about to receive from what does it go? Bless us, O Lord, for these thy gifts which we are about to receive from thy bounty through Christ our Lord. Amen.
Hey, bada.
Amen.
Amen.
And then Buddy just goes, yeah, Father, Son, Holy Ghost, see which pig can eat the most. Come on.
Oh, I like that. I never heard that before.
Yeah, it's something that never mind. He just keeps eating his bacon.
Well, that sounds like a sad story.
Well, now you're a cannibal, buddy.
What?
Huh?
Which pig can eat the most? And we've got bacon here.
There's
Hugsley.
Yeah.
I
get it.
Buddy,
All right, that was too many layers. That was too many layers.
Hugsley.
I'm sorry.
Huxley loves to make like let's call it an airplane joke. Just
straight into
Flies over your head.
2022.
All right. So you all commence to eat breakfast. Let's real quick jump over to the home of Benny Kaplan, who went back to check on his family and found last night when he got back to his house that everyone was looking fine. Everything was totally normal. His wife was asleep. His kids were asleep. Nobody had any weird eyes or anything. But then also still had that same dream that you all had. We did say that he wanted to get moving kind of early in the morning and rejoin you. So we'll say that he gets to you by breakfast. But Benny, what happens before then?
Yeah, so I think just like everyone else, I kind of shoot up after that dream, run to the bathroom, like wash my face, look in the mirror.
Yeah, you look and you see that your eye is totally normal.
So then after that, I'll go back and I'll, gently touch Barb's shoulder. Barb.
Yeah. Oh.
Barb, she's here.
I think we gotta
You're
talk.
early. Okay. What about I need to get the kids ready for school.
This we gotta talk about this before you get to the kids. And he'll like sit down and he'll pull out that handgun, that extra handgun that he got off that body.
No, Benny, I don't know what that is. I don't want to know how that may have come into whatever it is that you've got going on with never mind. Please don't bring that to this house.
Some things have happened last night, and I think I'm gonna have to tell you what's been going on. At least some of it.
She starts to get like her face starts to well up a little bit. Are you in trouble?
I could be. I'm worried about you guys, and that's why I brought this for you. And I'll kind of put the gun on the table next to the bed. Now I'm sure you put this together, but I'll start from the beginning. It all happened after that fight with Charlie Coletti.
I knew it.
I could have knocked him out in the first round if I wanted. That stupid little smirk, I just couldn't help myself.
Look,
I let my
but you didn't. And that's that. I've told you this before, Benny, but I'm not mad at you for that. I'm not mad at you for choosing to do the right thing. And I know that because you got pulled into a lot of things that you really shouldn't have to do. And I understand that. And it's been hard for all of us. I understand that. But I just, please don't tell me that okay, I'm sorry. Go on.
Well, so yeah, I've been working for Salvatore Tadero. Well, it turns out we ran into some people last night who are in business with him. So what me and my friends are about to do, it's gonna go against Salvatore and his people. If I don't come back, if you don't hear from me in a day or two, you take the kids, you take this gun, and you run. Your sister still lives in Pittsburgh, right?
She nods.
Go there. They won't find you there. Just lay low. And then he goes over and pries open this little piece of the floorboard and pulls out maybe 150, $200. And he hands it to her. I managed to keep this in case a situation like this came up.
At this point, she's just like, her face is scrunched up. She's like, she can't hold it back anymore. Tears are like rolling down her face. maybe it's just as well. Something's strange about this place, Benny. Yesterday, I met up with those ladies I was telling you about, the ones from the church. Things just felt a little strange. Everyone was so friendly, but then they started asking if I'd met Father Fitzgerald yet. When I said no, they started getting pushy, maybe even a little angry. So I lied. I told them that I'd be happy to meet him, but that I'd want you to come with me.
That was a smart move, Barb.
So then, Maxie and Margaret were playing in the basement with the other children, and they came back upstairs, and Benny, their faces, they were white as a sheet. I don't know what was going on, but I told everyone that I had to leave, and I came right back here. I don't know what's going on with Father Fitzgerald. It could be completely normal and innocent, but I just couldn't shake the feeling that if I hadn't told them that I'd go on my own time, they'd start coercing me to go. Look,
Yeah.
whatever you're doing, wherever you go, whoever you see, if he's involved, Benny, please, promise me you'll just play along. I don't want you to be on anyone else's bad side.
There's a lot of strange things going on in this town. I can't sit by and not do anything if there's something I can do to help. You stay in the house today with the kids. You don't let anyone in. You lock the doors, keep the curtains drawn. You ignore anyone if they come to the door. If I'm not back by tomorrow afternoon, you get the hell out of here. All right, I'll come find you in Pittsburgh if I can. If not, you take care of the kids and you move on. Don't look back, okay?
Should I just go?
You know
Why don't I just go?
Wait till nightfall when people won't be watching. Then go. I'll catch up with you in Pittsburgh.
You know my sister's number. You call her as soon as you can.
I will. Be safe.
I've been worried something like this would happen. Come back to me.
I'll do my best, Barb.
She just like throws her arms around you.
Campbell, say it. Say
big
it.
hug and a kiss.
And so, they embrace each other, kiss. He'll go, go over the kids, not quite wake them up, just kind of, give them a kiss on the head. Muss their hair a little bit.
Oh, they'll love that they don't have to go to school today.
Yeah.
Complaining about it.
Oh,
And then, one last look at Barb before he gets out of there. Hopefully I'll see you soon. Be careful. And then he's off to go to the gang. Sorry for the emotional damage, friends.
Damn.
I'm looking over my hotkeys on Syrinscape for breaking the sound of my heart.
Oh.
I'm worried. I'm so worried.
Here's the best I can do.
All of my
Exploding.
instincts and all of my training is telling me that he's not going to catch up with her in Pittsburgh.
Tyler, I'm so worried. Kay suggested her leaving now. Why'd you go along with what Kay said?
No, just go with him, buddy.
He's not
You
Go
let-
with him, Benny. Go. Don't
You
worry
let
about
me
it.
worry
Go to
about
Pittsburgh,
that,
Benny.
Trevor.
Oh God.
You let me worry about that.
No,
Go to
stop.
Pittsburgh, Benny. No.
Why did you go along with Kay, Benny?
Jesus.
Oh.
I gave her a gun, okay?
Yo, we just played right into their hands.
What? No, you didn't. We're crafting this story together, Daniel.
Oh God!
Oh God,
So-
he's drunk with power.
What's that
He's gone mad with power. Of course I have. You ever tried going mad without power? It's boring. No one listens to you. So Benny has a heartbreaking goodbye for now with his wife, and does not quite wake the kids. Leaves that to Barb, but gets in his makes his way over to Buddy's house. Not really important how. But yeah, so you enter as coffee and bacon and eggs are being brewed and or cooked, and then what happens?
Benny, glad you made it over.
Yeah, me too. You got any and I think I spot that bottle of whiskey.
Hugsley goes.
Spot him.
You're looking kind of.
Yeah.
You're looking a little weighted down, Benny. You all right? What's going on?
I mean, I think I'm dealing with the same thing we're all dealing with. Want to get this over with, but I'm not excited to see where it goes. But I could sure as hell use a shot of whiskey.
Mm-hmm.
We got a long day ahead of us. Let's put some in the can, huh?
Then yes, I'll take. Ned, I think you're muted.
Yeah, you muted yourself, but then forgot to unmute yourself. It's all
What a
good.
dad! What a dad! Like he plans this.
No, I think he was talking about bagels and cheese, so he had to mute himself.
Hugsley's gonna act like
Buddy.
he's taking a shot, but there's nothing in his glass because he doesn't.
Buddy goes, I'll help with that. And he gets up and he goes over to the cupboard where the mugs are, and he reaches behind and he pulls out the bottle of Four Roses. And he grabs a coffee, pours a cup, pours some whiskey into it, and hands it over to Benny.
Appreciate it, buddy.
Well, look, everybody. I mean, look, we're cut off from our support. Supply lines are out. We're deep in enemy territory now, but God damn it, if I'm not going to get everyone home for Christmas. So let's eat your breakfast, drink your coffee, and then it's on to Berlin, huh?
I'll follow you to hell, Dicky.
Cheers.
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 Huh. That shit's heavy, yo. Should we take 5?
Yeah,
Let's take 5.
Let's take 5 for emotional damage. I was not ready for that tonight. But oh god, oh man, I prepared some of that stuff that like things Barbara might say. So I am fully responsible for that, but still was not quite ready for the emotional damage
Damn.
that it would do even me.
That was awesome.
Emotional damage.
Now feels like an excellent time to grab that box in which are all those feelings where you feel safe and loved.
Safe
I
and
know
loved, safe and
I'm
loved.
grabbing mine.
Where's my safety scarf?
Safety scarf.
Safety scarf. All right. I love you all dearly. Gaggle, you guys are the best. Stick around. We'll be back in like 5-10 minutes or so. I'm gonna refill my fucking drink and pee out all the other ones. And
Yes.
we'll see you in a minute.
Pickle shot 2 coming soon.
Sounds
Theater
good.
near you.
All right. See you in a minute, y'all. Hey everybody, we
Hello.
are back. Oh my god, we were just talking like so often we go on these little breaks and we have like these little conversations where we're just talking about like how much fun we're having, and I just am like, God, the gaggle needs to hear this. So I was like, stop talking, let's go live. But yeah, no, so Trevor, you were just saying something interesting. It was just like we're a couple of sessions in now, and like
Yeah. I mean, it's what happens in every campaign, right? Like, there's always sort of that like warm-up period. Even if you do a lot of work on like fleshing out your character's backstory and all of that, it still takes a few sessions to like slip into your character, And I think last session is really when everybody fully figured out who they are. Do you know what I mean? It just like the interactions feel so fluid and great now. Like we've just really figured our people out, and it's a great feeling for a campaign.
Maybe I should have named the last episode the banana peel.
There you go. I think one of the great things
Before we all
about,
go bananas.
Yeah, I think one of the great things about what Trevor's saying is it's not only us figuring out our characters, but it's really identifying how our characters are interacting with each other.
Yeah, and the
that's
relationship
like
between each other.
That's like you know yourselves pretty well, but now you know each other pretty well.
Right. And we know exactly how our characters would interact with each other. How they would answer things, what they would say.
That to me, Ned, kind of mixes your 2 points for me. Like the interactions with other characters kind of helps me refine who I am, and then I can kind of like drop into my character a little more.
Absolutely.
And because we're the goons, we default to sweetness. I think Dicky
That's sort of our brand.
Dicky believes it, and I believe it. Like there's certain things that there's an intimacy in sharing experiences that no one else has shared, and there are just certain things that happen where afterwards you're just blood. And so, I feel that with the goons, and now I feel that developing between our Madness and Mercy characters.
Yeah,
I love it.
Now I'm going to take pickle shot 2.
Hey, you did it! Take that pickle shot.
Right,
then
pickle shots. There are certain things you go through that just make you family.
Yeah, like oh my god, the fact that you were all there to watch me eat a snickle just made me appreciate you all so much more.
The fact that you did that to yourself.
I did.
The fact that you put all that thought into it. Oh.
Yeah, I had to figure out. I had to like engineer how to put a Snickers bar inside a pickle.
It
was
the
all
most
for you.
beautiful part. Oh.
Marvel of
it was
modernity.
all for you.
For you, David.
That
was all for you, David.
One of the most beautiful things I've ever seen. Was the snickle.
Well, thank you.
Reveal of the snickle.
Rivals, I dare say, the Mona Lisa.
I mean, honestly,
Da Vinci, eat your heart out.
I'd rather look
Mona
at a snickle than a
Lisa.
Mona Lisa.
Don't know her.
Mona Lisa. Don't know.
Mona Lisa. Don't know.
Eat your snickle out.
That
sounds so dirty. That sounds so dirty. I take that back.
Don't ever say that again.
Oh God. Let's take a break. Let's take another break. I need to go take a shower. I'll be back.
Great.
Canadian Mudkip just said we need to start a petition to put the snickle in the Louvre.
We're working on it.
Signed it.
We're working on it.
Signed, sealed, delivered, baby.
It's going around.
I'm yours.
But yeah, so then one other thing we were saying is that like just that Call of Cthulhu is sort of like in some ways it's sort of like the anti D&D. Like it's almost as old as D&D. Like when did D&D come out? In the 70s, late 70s? Call of Cthulhu came out in 81. So and when Dungeons and Dragons first came out, it was like all about the dungeon crawl and the combat and the fighting monsters. And I think Call of Cthulhu kind of took that, like saw the potential that D&D had for like the role play and just took that to the next level, because it's less about combat and more about just like the role playing and the mystery solving. And then I was also saying like I'm prepping for this Bloodlines and Black Magic mini campaign that I'm doing with Ladies of D&D, and like that book just comes right out and says it. Like the heart of this system is mystery solving, and I think that's true for like TTRPGs in general. And Call of Cthulhu is just really all about just that. And you know, D&D is as well. Like I said over the break, like what D&D adventure or module have you played where like the low level stuff like the first thing you do is not solving a mystery. It's all about talking to people. And the same is true for like RPGs, and video games do it too. Like you have to talk to everybody. You have to get all the information. You got to put the pieces together. It's so pure and so beautiful. And this is why I love TTRPGs, and also why I particularly love Call of Cthulhu.
It's good soup.
Man, we just, that was like, that whole first half was just like some frickin' grade A roleplay. Like, I need a goddamn cigarette after all that. I don't even smoke, but I'll take one.
I feel that way too sometimes.
All right.
Back into
We got a
it.
steakhouse to put under siege.
Are we gonna burn this house too? The one
All
that
right.
we're leaving?
So
Oh,
we're
no.
See
going,
what happens.
We'll
I
see
paid
how
3
we're
months
like-
rent ahead of time on this bad boy.
are we going to Elmer's? Is that the plan?
I believe that's
Unless
the
there's
case.
anything else, anybody like
Y'all,
look, that's where the compass is pointing. I
if
want to
it's
get
not
this
too
done.
much trouble, can we make one real quick pit stop on the way there?
Where
Yeah,
you want to
sure,
go,
sweetie.
sweetie?
If we can go by the church real quick. I was thinking about something last night, and I got to get something off my conscience. I don't know what's going to happen to us when we get to the steakhouse, but I got to go
Want
to
to give a confession? Isn't the church kind of tied up in all this mess we're bungled in?
He's got
I
a
mean,
point.
we haven't
sweetie.
heard anything that the church was. It's just been a little strange, right? There hasn't been.
The father is
Ugh.
definitely tied. The father is definitely tied to this somehow.
Father definitely
Father's-
made a deal with you know who.
The father's tied to it, and people are even urging people to go talk to him. My wife just told me she
even so.
had to think quick
All
on
right,
her feet to get out of it.
Far be it from me. Let's go to the church.
I need
Are
to
you
be more
sure?
careful. I need to be more careful. Cozy Wozy just said, Kay, I don't like your face journey. Stop that. Sorry.
Did you
So,
see
yeah,
what else Cozy Wosy
Oh,
said?
is it Ash Wednesday?
Although,
is it
Queen
really?
Moon.
I'm sorry,
Queen
I'm
Moon
sorry.
says it's Ash Wednesday today.
Oh shit, it is. Yesterday was Mardi
Sweetie.
Gras. Yeah.
Sweetie, look, you want to go to the church? We're gonna go to the church. Look,
Take me to church.
Mother Mary saved my life, far as I'm concerned. So I understand. But I think it might be a little dangerous over there at the current moment. And so, hypothetically, if I could create a sacred space here, could you do what you needed to do?
No.
Okay.
But
Let's
Dicky,
go.
you tried. He slaps him on the back.
Let me just
Y'all
try.
are welcome to wait right outside, just like last time we went. I don't mean to stay there long.
Well, pardon my French, but fuck that. We're not going to let you walk into that church by yourself.
Well, then you're welcome to wait in a pew.
Yeah, I might burst into flames, but I'll be sitting there next to you.
Buddy,
And,
you didn't say anything French.
Something I didn't tell you guys last time, but that number we found at the house,
Yeah, Benny?
that was Salvatore Tadero's number. So
What, 20?
The mobster?
No, the phone number. The phone number. When you went to the farmhouse, among Felix's possessions was a piece of paper on which was scribbled Salvatore Tadaro's phone number.
Mm-hmm.
The mobster?
yeah, Black Sam, we're dealing with those guys.
Did we see him? I think a couple. Did we see him leave the house
Oh,
and
we
get in the
did
car
see
and
him
drive away?
leave too, right?
He was leaving just as you arrived. Yeah.
Oh,
All right.
right.
Well, let's be quick about it then, because if these fucking lunatics don't kill us, then the mob certainly will. So let's just be about it. Hop in the roadster. Let's go.
Hop in the roadster.
I'll be out in a
Hop
minute.
in the roadster.
Let me get my clothes on. Buddy goes into his room and gets his clothes on. And on his way out, Kay, he's going to pick up his phone and he's going to try to dial his daughter again.
Okay. Are we saying that everyone else has left? Everyone's getting in the car and you're like taking a moment to hang back and call her?
Yeah, I was getting dressed, and I said I'd meet him out front.
So, but Benny, of course, would have went to help Buddy get dressed. So I imagine I'm there.
Listen, I'm just imagining Buddy putting on a coat and still not putting pants on.
Oh, let me
I feel
go.
like suit
Buddy is
jacket
basically
no
just
pants.
Donald Duck. Like he just doesn't wear pants. Okay.
Sorry.
It's
No,
just
I
a
love it.
vest, a collared shirt, a suit jacket, the hat, and no pants.
No pants.
Yeah. Great. That's canon. Okay. All right. Yeah. So you go ahead and you pick up the phone and dial the operator, and the operator connects you to what do we say? Delaware.
Delaware?
Dover.
Yeah, Dover.
Dover,
That's
yeah.
right. Yes. So connects you to Dover, and then once you are connected to Dover, where can I connect you? She connects you then to the number that you need to call.
Leah Wilson. Yeah.
More
Hold, please.
operator, please.
Excellent. That sound design.
And then somewhere in Dover, hello.
Leah?
Dad?
Hey, honey. I'm real glad to hear your voice. Let me tell you, I'm real glad to hear your voice.
What are you doing? Why?
Look, I know.
What are you doing calling here?
I know. I'm not supposed to, but listen, I just miss you, honey. That's all. I just wanted to hear your voice. That's all. All right. I'm not coming anywhere near. I'm not going to bother you or your mother. I just hope you're doing well.
Sure. Well, Mom's not here right now. She just went off to work. I was just about to leave for secretary school.
Yeah. How's that going?
Good. A little boring. It's it's easy.
Yeah. Well, you're a smart cookie. You know that. You excel. You excel real good. You do real. You're much better than your dad is. I'll tell you that.
Well, thanks, Dad.
Hey, how's that boy you were talking to? Are you still talking to him?
Oh, no, we broke up.
Oh,
He seemed like we wanted different things is all.
well, I that's a sure sign that he wasn't good enough for you. I'll tell you that, Leah. It seems like he didn't know what he had. That's all I'm going to say. 'Cause you're a real gem. You know that, kiddo. You're a real gem. I told you that.
Dad. I'll tell him that next time I see him.
Yeah, and you tell him if he ever if he mistreats you again, I'm gonna come down. No, I'm not.
He didn't mistreat me. It's fine. We just wanted different things.
All right, kiddo. Well, listen, I'll send my usual card. All right, it'll come in the mail. I have some money for you. Take care of you, and well, Leah, I love you, and I'm real proud of you. I'm real proud of you, kiddo.
Thank you. You haven't been calling this number that often, have you?
Oh, no.
Because you know I still live with Mom.
Yeah. All
right, look. For the time being, for now, if you feel the need to call again, Tuesdays and Thursdays at this time are good because she goes to work and I don't go to class until noon.
You hear the phone drop and Buddy is scrambling for a piece of paper and a pencil, and he can't
Dad,
find
are you
one
okay?
to save his life. He's like, "Son of a bitch! Where the hell is a pad when you?"
Penny
Son of...
just like hands it to him.
It's okay. It's okay. Take your time. Find a pencil, paper.
Give me that, Benny. Son of a bitch. Yeah, and he sits down and he puts the phone. He goes, "Yeah, hello,
Tuesdays
honey, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm
All
here,
right.
Dad.
Tuesdays and Thursdays."
Before I leave for class and after Mom leaves for work, so about 8:30, okay?
8:30,
If you
right,
need to
right,
call
right.
again, now's a good time to do it.
All right. It's so good to hear your voice.
It's good to hear yours too. Staying out of trouble?
Oh, I'm you don't want to hear about my work. I'm laying low and taking it easy, this back of mine. I can't do much, can't do much of that crazy stuff anymore with this back. So
You're watching out for that, aren't you? Are you icing it?
yeah, I'm icing it. Yeah, of course I am.
I can tell when you're lying, Dad.
Yeah, you got me, kiddo. Got me. Well, listen, don't let me keep you from school. I don't want them to mark you absent or anything.
Fair enough. I should head out soon.
All right, you be good now, okay? You don't do anything. You just be good, okay?
Were you about to say don't do anything I wouldn't do? Because you know that gives me a fair bit of leeway.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say don't do anything I wouldn't, I would do, because that's a fair bit of leeway as well.
I promise I won't do anything you wouldn't do, Dad.
All right, kiddo. I love you. I'll talk to you soon.
Love you too.
All right, bye-bye.
Click. The very
Everyone
moment.
has chosen violence today.
Buddy, the very moment you hang up the phone.
Buddy Wilson.
Mr. Wilson, this is Mr. Pearson. It was a pleasure meeting you the other day. I've been just waiting for the right opportunity to speak with you again.
Yeah. How do you do, Mr. Pearson?
Oh, just splendid, just splendid. Well, maybe not perfectly splendid. You see, I did discover recently that, you should probably tell our mutual friend, Dicky, that, a man by the name of John Logie Baird, a Scottish engineer, has already come up with a term called television. Not, mind you, not tell-a-vision, which I think is just so much more clear and so much more marketable, but television. He coined this term in 1925. Can you believe that, buddy?
Oh, son of a bitch, Pearson. That's a damn shame, I tell you. It seems those Scots, they're always one up with us.
What is it about those Scots, buddy?
Well, they were persecuted by those English for so long. I'm sure they, I'm sure.
Well,
they really
I don't know anything about that, buddy. But listen, that's not really the reason why I'm calling, although it is important to me. So be sure that you do tell. We just lost Trevor. Trevor's
gone. Pearson, don't you worry. I'll be sure to tell Dicky first thing I see him. All right.
All right. Good.
Maybe
Thank
we
you.
can
Thank
think
you.
of maybe we can think of something else like oh, I don't know. Vision. I'll work on it. It's a work.
All right, I wouldn't worry too much about it, buddy. I think that ship has sailed, but that's not really the reason I'm calling.
Yes. Well, that's not why you called.
No.
Well, that's a really important reason.
It is very important, buddy. It's important that I tell you that I understand your employer has taken an interest in our lumber mill.
Mr. Pearson, I don't rightly understand what you mean.
Don't play dumb with me, Wilson. I have ears all over this town. I know why you're here, and I know that the lumber mill doesn't need your help. So the way I see it, you can either just leave, or you can kick the can down the road, but if you move this forward, then your cover is blown.
All right, Pearson. Fair enough. But if you get rid of me, there'll just be 6 more behind me.
I'm prepared for that eventuality. Click.
Oh, shit.
Picks up the phone again. Dials it. And he dials.
I have sound for that.
I'm so proud. Oh, that's so lovely.
That's Syrinscape, ladies and gentlemen.
Lovely. And I dial the Pinkerton. I don't even remember. What did I say the guy's name was?
Tom Ford.
Tom Ford. Yeah,
yes.
So I call. So I head up Tom Ford over at Pinkerton.
Okay, so you make your way through the relays and Tom Ford.
No,
picks
Ford, not
up the phone.
Ford. Ford with an F. Damn it.
Oh, more operator talk, please. More operator talk.
I'm so sorry. Did you say Thord with a TH? T as in tango. H as in hotel.
Good help these days. Ford with an F. F-O-R-D.
Wait, did you say Sword? S as in Sierra, W as in whiskey, O as in Oscar, R as in Romeo, and then D as in Delta.
No. F as in fuck yourself. F.
That's very clear. Thank you. I'll connect you.
Can't fucking handle this tonight. This has to stop. You can't keep getting away with this.
So that is that's the relay from Cleveland to get you to Ann Arbor, and then Ann Arbor, the operator picks up the phone and goes, "Operator."
Gertrude, it's good to hear your voice.
Oh no, you must be talking about my sister Beatrice. She's an operator in Cleveland.
That's right. I always mix you two up. Listen, I need Tom Ford over there at Pinkerton Agency in Amherst.
I'll connect you, sweetie.
Okay. Hey, by the way, you should really lay off those Marlboros. It's really coming through.
I only smoke Virginia Slims. Where's Trevor? We killed him again. All right, enough bullshit. You connect with Tom Ford in Ann Arbor at the Pinkerton Agency. Oh my God. What the fuck was Ford's voice?
Something old and professional. Just go with it.
Yeah,
You got
Ford. Yeah, Ford.
Ford. It's Wilson over here in Mayfield.
All right. What's going on at that lumber mill?
Got some bad news. I got a certain Mr. Pearson. Works over at the movie house. He knows I'm an agent. I don't know how, but he found out.
Well, that's not exactly what I was hoping to hear this morning.
Well, the good news, Ford, is I got his name, and I know where he works.
All right. Okay. All right. Well, you sit tight. All right. Not the first time this has happened. We'll figure out what to do.
All right. You let me know. I'll move forward when you're ready.
If there is anything you can do to stop him from talking, just kick the can down the road until we can take action. All right?
Will do, boss. Will do.
Okay. Be careful, goddammit.
I hear you, sir.
All right. I'll be in touch.
I swear to God, if you touch Mr. Pearson, I will hollow your skull out like a pickle and drink whiskey from it till the day I die.
Buddy will then grab behind the cups, same place where the whiskey is. He goes up there and he grabs a key, like a little key,
Mm-hmm.
and he puts it in his pocket. And he walks out to meet everybody at the roadster.
Okay. Brilliant. All right, so there you all are in the roadster. Mayfield is your oyster. Where would you like to go?
All right, sweetie. You set on the church?
Campbell, are you muted? You might be muted. I can't hear you. Yeah, no, still nothing. Just switch to the regular laptop input.
All right, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
The Verizon commercial?
I'll put the roadster in gear and head on over to the church.
All right, to the church we go. Yeah. All right. Let's see. What time is it? It's probably like 9 o'clock by now.
Still pretty early.
Yeah. Still pretty early.
Yeah, that bourbon in my coffee is really kicking in now, if you know what I'm saying.
I like
You're
this
all
moving
right.
the game at actual time speed.
Right?
That's what's happening now. We're never gonna finish
This is a real time TTR.
Oh,
So, the Lord Dragon just said it took us 2 hours to get out of the apartment. LOL.
Listen,
But
this is the game we
I
play.
mean, at what cost? The cost was some really amazing role play. Like, holy shit, y'all. Okay, so you make your way to the church, and God, what goes on at churches this early in the morning?
Don't
I
ask
think-
questions you don't
if
want
it's
the
Ash
answers to. Okay?
Wednesday,
Yeah, well, today it's Ash Wednesday, but we are in the world. I keep hitting my microphone. In the world of the game, it's early February, so that's not quite Ash Wednesday time just yet. I remember like years ago when you worked in the restaurant industry. Today was the day I'd be like, oh, why do all these people have these weird marks on their heads? Oh, right, Catholics.
Yeah,
So,
all right.
all right. So
Instead,
yeah,
it's
so you
Ass Wednesday.
Oh, yes, that's right. Yes. The kinkiest of all Christian holidays. So you make your way to the church, and yeah, I mean, the church's doors are always open. If you make your way in
You know what I
up
mean.
front, I think everyone knows exactly what I mean. You make your way in, and up front there are 2 altar boys just preparing for the mass, for the daily mass.
is the father in? Is he taking confession this morning?
Oh, no, I think, according to Queen Moon Cosplay, daily morning mass would happen anywhere from 7 to 9, depending on the church. So let's say mass is just starting. Father Fitzgerald is at the pulpit. giving mass.
Gee
Wow.
whiz.
Let me
What the
retcon that
fuck?
real quick. Just thank you for that fact checking, Queen Moon.
Absolutely.
Well, fuck.
I put my rifle back in the duffel bag, but I still have the duffel bag over my shoulder.
Yeah, Buddy's gonna stand. You know the area before you walk into the church, in between the outside, where the water is that you can dip your hand in to bless yourself. I think Buddy's gonna kind of square up against one of the walls and just kind of lean in and keep an eye on what's going on in the room. If Sweetie's gonna go in.
Sure.
Fuck. Well. All right. All right. So I walk in. It's like, are we singing our first hymn? Is that where
Yep.
we are right now? Okay.
Oh,
Sweetie, I imagine, just like effortlessly glides right in and just blends into the ceremony.
Benny just kind of like opens his mouth and pretends like he's singing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll kind of slide into a pew. I'll pick up a hymnal. I'll look at the like board behind the choir or whatever and see what page we're on. And then as I'm like flipping through, I'm just remembering Arnold's face from the night before. And just like the feeling of seeing him, like the light go out of his eyes.
Yeah. Let's take. So I'm going to sort of bend the rules of Catholicism here for a moment. I know this probably isn't how it ordinarily works, but Father Fitzgerald begins a reading. So he's up at the pulpit to the few people who are scattered about for like a Thursday morning mass. And he opens up his Bible. It says, and he began, a reading from Mark chapter 4. And he began again to teach by the seaside, and there was gathered unto him a great multitude, so that he entered into a ship and sat in the sea, and the whole multitude was by the sea on the land. And he taught them many things by parables, and said unto them in his doctrine, Hearken, behold, there went a sower out to sow. And it came to pass, as he sowed, some fell by the wayside, and the fowls of the air came and devoured it up. And some fell on stony ground, where it had not much earth, and immediately it sprang up, because it had no depth of earth. But when the sun was up, it was scorched, and because it had no root, it withered away. And some fell among thorns, and the thorns grew up and choked it, and it yielded no fruit. And other fell on good ground, and did yield fruit that sprang up and increased, and brought forth some 30, and some 60, and some 100. And he said unto them, He that hath ears to hear, let them hear. The word of the Lord.
Amen.
So he goes on and he starts going into his sermon. He says, so that reading today was about the potential that some of us have. God's grace is all around us. And if you but know where to look, there is fertile ground on which to land. Some of us are able to see it. But sometimes we find it's not really up to us. There are some of us that just happen to land at the wrong time in the farmer's hand, and he throws the seeds, and we land upon stony ground. If we are unable to grow in God's grace where we land, sometimes that is merely God's plan. if that is your lot, then only suffering lies before you. But even suffering can be great and holy. There is good work that you can do within that suffering. And like the whole sermon just kind of continues like that. And much like what you heard happened recently at one of his sermons, some people just seem really put off by this. Mm-hmm. This does not seem like what they signed up for. This is not the welcoming, all are welcome, all are loved Catholicism that they were baptized in, confirmed into. A few people stand up and leave.
Does he respond when people get up and leave?
He doesn't. He just ignores them and plows forward. His sermon ends, and the rest of the Mass goes on.
Are we at the end of Mass now?
Sure.
Are people leaving?
Yeah.
Buddy looks over at Dicky, and as people are walking out, he just kind of makes eye contact with him and gives him a nod, like, keep that trigger finger warm.
Is the father? I'm gonna kind of stroll up the aisle. I'm just picturing the church I grew up in, so I don't know if the architecture is the same.
Sure, let's say it is, for all intents and purposes.
I'm strolling up to the front, and is the father outside greeting people, or is he in the sacristy?
Today we can say he sort of like follows people out and is leading them. He finds himself sort of in a conversation with none other than Walter Barbera, who is standing there talking to him. And if you get sort of close and maybe sort of approach behind them, you hear Walter say something to the effect of, I can't help but feel like that sermon was a little harsh. And Father Fitzgerald comes back and says, "Well, dear Mr. Barbera, I don't really know that you have anything to worry about. I see you in here every day. It's clear to me that your seed was dropped in the most well-irrigated and fertile soil that there was available to you." And Mr. Barbera sort of gives like a, well, that seems, all right. It's like Father Fitzgerald is sort of like just as Father Fitzgerald is sort of giving him like a sort of encouraging, and like just like an encouraging pat on the shoulder, like
this fucking
leading him away.
All right, I'm gonna kind of come up to him, looking a little flustered.
Sure.
And I'm gonna say, Father, I know I've missed a couple of days here and there.
Well, that's all right, Susan. I see you in here today. It's clearly you have the drive to make up for lost time, and I see you brought friends.
I did. They're new. I just listen. Do you mind? Could I just bend your ear for a moment? I know you had spoken to my husband, and if he was quite honest with you.
I hope he's feeling a bit better. He was under quite a bit of stress when he came and spoke to me.
Absolutely. Yes, I think your talk did him real well, and I'm wondering if you might be able to impart some of the same wisdom to me, if you just have a moment.
Oh, but of course, Susan. Shall we go? Would you like to go inside?
Yes, just a moment of your time.
Of course. Come. And yeah, he like gives you an arm, leading you into the church.
I follow.
Of course, yeah.
Buddy,
your friends are welcome to join us. I'm not sure what your plans are after this, but yes.
Just y'all, do you mind just wait just outside of wherever we're going? Don't go far.
Of course, we'll be right here. Why did I say that in Trevor's voice? Yeah, sweetie, we'll be right here.
Very well. Make yourselves comfortable, all of you.
And I'll kind of like, I'll kind of walk ahead of him, just kind of, just, oh gosh, womanly hysteria, and and I'm kind of walking him towards the sacristy, and then I imagine I'm like he's like sitting, and I'll kind of pace back and forth, and I'll be like,
Susan, whatever is the matter?
Father, I'm afraid your conversation with Howard might have been too little too late.
Oh goodness, Susan, what happened?
Well, you see, in a world so dark as this, I mean, I can't be expected to brave it alone, can I?
Well, no, but that's the beauty of the gift of the sacrament of marriage, that you have someone, a navigator, to guide you through rough storms, rough seas.
Oh, rough storms, rough seas. Oh, yes.
Of course.
We've got that in spades, huh?
So, I trust that you, Susan, have been doing all that you can to be the most well-studied and well-versed navigator that you can possibly be.
Oh, yes. You see, I navigated myself into a little situation.
But whatever do you mean, sweetie?
And I have learned so very much. But you see, Father, you might just be getting a new member of the congregation soon.
And right? Well,
oh
by all means, all are welcome.
Yeah. How do you feel about just a new little bastard baby coming into your congregation, since Howard was smacking me around a little bit?
His face kind of darkens a little bit. I'm... sweetie, I'm... Susan. I'm sure I have no idea what you're talking about.
No, probably not. Listen, I want you to look me in the eyes, all right? What in the holy hell did you do to Arnold McDermott?
Intimidation, sweetie.
Come on now.
Well,
Come on now.
If there's something you feel might be a bit more applicable, I'm all ears.
Ooh.
The church's doors are always open.
I mean, I do
just to give you some inspiration, some divine inspiration, if you will. You could do persuasion, you could do charm, you could do fast talk, or whatever you think is appropriate. I'm willing to listen to anything that you have in mind.
I don't have anything in intimidate, and maybe I could have gone about this differently, but I went about it the way that I did.
Well, it could be a charming intimidation.
It could
Yes,
be. So
you started charmingly, and you slid into intimidation.
That's true. Okay, so I would give you charm.
Would you?
I would. Ned's in your corner. I would give you. You know what? Here's what I'll say. I will give you charm. You can either do a straight intimidation roll, or you can do charm with a penalty die.
Ooh. Okay, you divine keeper.
Okay, I'm gonna do. It started off charming, and that's not where it ended. So I'm gonna do charm with a penalty.
Okay. Yes.
All right.
I will say before you roll, Ned, if you'd like, you could give her your inspiration. You don't have to, but you could. Which would negate the penalty die.
Go ahead and negate that penalty die.
Woo!
Just a straight charm roll, sweetie.
Okay. Hold.
Is this breathe part 2?
I'm dying. All right, that's 62 under 80.
Oh.
And the question is, what exactly did you do with Arnold McDermott? God, I love this game. This is so good.
Crossing out the inspiration.
Yes, do that. Okay, what exactly did you do with Arnold McDermott? Well, sweetie, excuse me, Susan. Arnold was but a wayward member of the flock, of which I'm sure you know, on any given day, there are many. Now, I know that you were in church today. You heard that reading from Mark chapter 4. You heard my sermon. Sometimes there are people who don't quite understand the power that they have, in spite of what may sometimes seem like less than ideal circumstances. All that I did was present to Arnold an opportunity to see his true potential. I get the sense that he didn't like what I had to show him.
Did you see your true potential?
He smiles wide. I did. And it was more glorious than I ever could have imagined.
Well, no, by all means. You got anything else to say?
I do, as a matter of fact. All that I was going to say, Susan, is that you and anybody else who may be dear to you is welcome to take advantage of the same opportunity. All that you have to tell me is that when you gaze upon the visage of the good Lord himself, that you will accept the gifts which he gives you. Join me for dinner tonight. I have a standing reservation at Elmer's Steakhouse. I'll be there at 7:00. I'll ask them to give me a big table.
All right.
I look forward to our meal.
I can't say the same, but maybe you'll change my mind.
I'm certain I will.
I'll leave.
Can Dicky have been listening at the door?
You can, but just give me a second. God damn. Yeah. Woo! Okay. Dicky's listening at the door. What do you got for me, Dicky?
I will restrain myself, but as Sweetie comes out of, I'll let her pass by, and then I'll just look back towards the father. I'll stare him dead in the eye. And I'll say, you know something, Father? I think you missed something.
As you say so, your voice echoes through the vaulted ceilings of the church, and he answers back, "Is that right?" And it echoes back at you.
Suffering is powerful, but it's not what gives you strength. That's choice. Christ, we don't get strength from him because he died for us. We get strength because he chose to die for us. Mary didn't bear the Son of God because she carried him for 9 months and suffered. She gave life to our Savior because she chose to. If all you believe in is suffering, Father, then you'll believe anything to stop the pain, won't you?
I believe, Mr. Harrow, that we all must make do with what we are given.
I'll see you for dinner.
Good night, Mr. Harrow. Good morning, Mr. Harrow.
But I'll see you at
I,
night, Mr. Harrow.
I'll see you this evening.
And I whip my trench coat and I follow Sweetie out.
Buddy stands there for a moment and goes, you know, you could use a couple more lights in this place. Just saying.
Oh my god.
Then he turns around and he walks out.
There are candles there. We only encourage that you leave $1 donation. Oh, sorry,
Yeah.
It's 1927. That you leave a penny donation.
And as Buddy's walking out, he goes, yeah. We don't want any. And walks out the front. Oh, fuck!
As we reconvene, I just say, well, it looks like we got dinner plans.
Hope you all
Well,
like
you know what they say. It's polite to arrive early.
Dicky's got a point there. I like your thinking, kid. You got a good head on you. So what do you think? How early are you thinking?
I think we go now.
Scope the place out, see if anybody's there.
Get out ahead of whatever storm's coming.
Well, fuck it. Why not?
Sweetie?
Has it always been like this and I just did not notice?
Yeah. Congratulations. You woke up.
There's a lot of evil out there, sweetie. A lot of bad things.
Professor?
Yeah,
What do you think?
I think I'm pretty hungry, so let's check out this steakhouse.
Benny?
Well, you know I don't think about much, so I'll follow your lead.
Also, I'm really ugly.
Yeah. Also, look at my ugly face.
It does not lie.
All right, then. Let's raise the stakes.
Amazing.
I think we have to call it there.
Yeah.
I don't know if my heart can handle any more, and what a cliffhanger you've given me.
Raise
Wow.
the stakes. What a line to end on.
Yeah.
Raise
Raise
my
the stakes.
stakes.
Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba.
Y'all,
Cue outro music.
just exquisite. How are you all so exquisite? Trev, do you feel this way every time we play D&D? Because how does your heart handle it?
You get used to it, baby.
Oh my god! I hope I never do. I hope I never do.
Right.
Kay likes us. They really
Oh my
like us.
god! I am elated. Holy mother of
Good soup.
good soup. That was some good soup. God, I love you guys. Wow. Okay. I guess I should probably like say some things about like our social media or something, but I just honestly can't even really think to string two words together. Hey friends, we stream on Twitch sometimes. Also, there's this site that is called YouTube.
I've heard of that.
Yeah.
Help her.
Okay. Snap out of it, Kay.
Why don't you stop with friend?
All right, y'all. We're gonna call it there for the night. I mean, who's with me? Are these guys not just the most amazing role players on the face of the earth? I mean, just holy crap! I'm having so much fun. Okay, I am calling it for the night just for the sake of my own brain and my own like emotional stability. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot more unraveling to do, but ooh boy, did you do some unraveling tonight. I love this game. I love my players. I love my gaggle. All truly so very much. Big thank you to Trevor as Dicky Harrow, Ned as Buddy Wilson, Tyler as Benny Kaplan, Dan as Hugsley Lacker, Campbell as Sweetie McLintock. I, of course, am Kay, your keeper of arcane lore. It has truly been a pleasure. If you had even a 100th of the amazing time that I had tonight, I implore you to tell somebody about episode 10 of Madness and Mercy, which will be 1 week from tonight. That's going to be Wednesday, March 9th at 6 p.m. Eastern. I mean, can you believe it? We're 10 episodes in. We're about to be. And so tell whoever it is, this person that you were telling about Madness and Mercy episode 10, while you're having that conversation, why don't you also tell them about the STRAHDCAST, which is available on all major podcasting platforms, most particularly Spotify and Apple Podcasts, where we could really use their good ratings to boost our metrics. It's truly so immensely helpful. If you do all of that and still feel like you haven't done enough to support the amazing role-playing that you've seen tonight, by all means, go to our YouTube channel, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and hit the bell icon to get notifications when we put new videos up. For example, this video, which is going to go up 5 days from tonight, and that will be Monday, March 7th, that this video is going to be up. If you do all of that, and you still feel like there is more that you have to give to the beauty that is the goons and the gaggle, the goonosphere, check out our Patreon. You can subscribe at any tier, any amount, whatever you are able to give month after month. It is immensely helpful for us. And that, of course, gives you access to our Discord, where we hang out all the time. I'm probably going to pop in there. I know some of these guys are probably going to pop in there too and say hello and give a little chat to the gaggle. Our dearest, nearest and dearest supporters who just want to pick our brains. And I mean, I have to warn you, if you pick my brain, you will have to roll a sanity check.
I like that.
God almighty. Oh, yes. Thank you, Bex. Bex, a friend of the Goonosphere, a member of the gaggle. Thank you for reminding me. Someone else may have earlier, and I may have missed it, but roll for luck, everybody.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Give me your luck roll. So roll a D100. If you roll above your current luck score, you can then roll a D10 and add the result to your current luck score.
Yes.
Another 7 luck for Dicky.
Nice work.
Dicky. All right.
I missed
I've gotten lucky.
5.
Oh, my goodness. Gang, what a night. Truly, what a night.
What a night.
You said above, right?
Above, yeah. You want to roll high for improvement checks.
And then what do you roll if you get above?
A D10. So yeah, you sort that out, add it to your luck score. Oh yeah, so thank you to Bex for reminding me. Campbell is currently holding a bag by Bex. That's the she's got the bees. Yes. so do please, if you are a member of our Patreon, come join us in the Discord. If you're listening to this on our Patreon, our patron-only RSS feed, or watching it on YouTube, thank you for doing so. If you're listening to it on the Patreon, then you're like already a member of the family, and I don't really need to tell you anything. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Wow. All right. I'm yeah.
Go to bed, Kay. Go to bed.
Mwah.
Thanks for
Love you.
hanging out, friends.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, Kay.
Love you.
Yeah,
Thank you, Kay.
Kay.
And always remember, take your night with advantage.
That's right.
Mwah.
Peace out, everybody.